everybody. Pastor Randy Fry, Gower Christian Church. It's 7 Minutes with the Savior. Hope your day is going well. I'm here in Studio 2B, 2 Bravo, on the sprawling Gower Christian Church Media Campus. And I want to share with you some more from this book that I've been reading, At the Master's Feet, by a Christian mystic by the name of Sadhu Sundar Singh. And again, the premise of this book is that the disciple, it's a dialogue between a disciple and Jesus. That's the premise of the book. And so Singh poses a question, one that many followers of Jesus might have in their hearts, and then he responds in a way that he thinks that he understands or envisions the way that Jesus would respond. And he uses some great word pictures and metaphors. That's one of the values of this book, is just to help you envision what Jesus means, particularly to live out this life as a Christian in very practical ways. So the topic today is service. And the disciple asked this question of Jesus: Master, what is the real meaning of service? Is it that we serve the Creator and then His creatures for His sake? Is the help of man, who is after all but a mere worm, of any value to God in caring for His great family? Or does God stand in need of the help of man in protecting and preserving any of His creatures? And here is Singh's response in the voice of Jesus. Service means the activity of the spiritual life and is the natural offering prompted by love. God, who is love, is ever active in the care of His creation, and His desire is that His creatures, and especially man, whom He formed in His own image and likeness, should never be idle. In the care and preservation of His creatures, God needs the help of none, for He created them in such a way that without His help they could not continue to exist. And He it is who has provided all that is required to satisfy their desires. In true service of others, there is this great advantage that it helps him who serves. And that's important to hear. That in true service of others, the great advantage is that we are helped. And then I wanted another section right towards the end, also on service, because I think, and Singh knows this, that we often look back on our day or a week with regret that we didn't serve as well as we could. And he answers that at the very end of his section. He says, every day is like a precious diamond, and though many priceless days have been wasted in the pursuit of fleeting pleasures and are forever sunk in the depths of the past, you should awake to the value of what remains, and bringing it into the best possible use, gather for yourself spiritual riches. Use it in my service, who has given to you life and all its priceless blessings, and by using them to save others from sin and death, you will obtain an everlasting and heavenly reward. And I love this idea of each day a precious diamond. And particularly the idea to awake to the value of what remains and bringing it into the best possible use. That's really important. And it's great. It's a great word for pastors and church leaders. You know, I never leave the office or a church service or some other ministry where it doesn't feel like, it always feels like I'm not done. There's always more to do. And that's just the hazard of work in the church. it's nothing's ever finished. Nothing's ever really done. There's always more to move on to. And so at some point you have to let go of your frustration with the day or the discouragement of the day, and look at the value of what remains. And there it is in serving. Service opportunities may have passed you by. You may not have taken advantage of an opportunity to serve someone or serve the church. But rather than rather than being fixated on what you haven't done, look at the value of what remains, and be committed to use that as best you can. I think that's really a great way but to hear that service, the true value of service is that it helps us, that there's a transforming work that happens in us when we're willing to serve, and that's important. Prayer concerns for the upcoming week. We're praying for Isabella Herpel, who is suffering some concussion effects from a fall about 10 days ago. So please keep her in mind. We are praying for the family of Joanne Brinton, who passed away over the weekend. Her services are at the Hicks and Klein Funeral Home this Thursday morning. So please keep Joanne Brinton, her family and friends in your prayers. It's graduation weekend here at Gower Christian, so we have a bit of a modified schedule. You're welcome to join us for Zoom Bible studies at 6 p.m. on Wednesday evenings. We usually study the passage I'll be preaching on Sunday morning, the upcoming Sunday. Great way to get some background information that I don't always have time to share as part of the service, the message in the service. So that's 6 p.m. on Wednesdays is Bible study. Sunday morning is Sunday school at 9:15, and then our regular worship at 10:30, in person and online. No youth meeting this Sunday, as it is graduation Sunday, so there'll be lots of community activities taking place. Graduation for EB High School is at 2. But then there's parties and celebrations and other things going on, so the youth won't be meeting this Sunday. All right, that does it. That wraps it up for us. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again online and in person, I bid you peace.